Lasermate. Eject. Operation. Channel intro.
Hello fellow YouTubers, LayWC Stop Motioner here, and here I'm getting caught up on some reveals. We have some possible listings that I'm really excited about covering, so let's go ahead and get started. So first up we have Kingdom Slammer. Now I'm planning on picking this up. I don't really know him as a character. I think he came with the original Metroplex toy or something. Something like that, I don't really know. It looks kind of cool, but I didn't even watch the review because I'm not really interested in this one. So just gonna scroll through this. So that's that. Then let's see. There were also some hover repaints, but I'm not covering those because they're definitely not ones I'm planning on picking up, and you know the mold and all that. Okay. Now we have some possible breakdowns of upcoming Generations Legacy Studio Series and Generations Selects for next year, and I am going to cover that, but in a little bit. Now this is something I've been putting off, but there's a crowdfunding for Saber, a HasLab figure. I'm sorry people who want this. I'm personally not getting behind this. I'm not funding it. I don't have any attachments to him as a character. It's going to be crazy expensive when he comes out, so I personally can't get behind this. But it does look cool. I will say that. I didn't even attend tune into the event where they were showing this guy off because I was still really mad about the last fan first Friday before that. Like I said, definitely got some cool stuff going for it. And he does have over 9,000 supporters, so I guess that's good. If that's what they mean. I don't know. Alright. So that's Saber. Cool, but I'm not getting behind it. Then there's some possible store-exclusive Transformers leaked. So there's supposed to be like a Legacy Deluxe Minerva. Kind of curious to see how that turns out. Another pretty obscure character. Then some red cards for Target. And then Masterpiece Blackout. That sounds pretty cool. Then for Walmart, there's supposed to be a Generations Velocitron Burnout, Velocitron Road Rocket, Velocitron Blur, Velocitron Clampdown, and Velocitron Cosmos, Velocitron Override, Road Hauler, and Black Convoy. And then some RED stuff. Yeah, this is all... Oh, wait a second. I actually didn't see this before. Okay, apparently there's supposed to be a vintage Pterosaur. That's pretty cool. Vintage Pterosaur, Cybershark, and K9. Okay, that's pretty cool. It has proposals apparently supposed to be having a Selects Shattered Glass, Wheeljack, Soundwave, Blaster, and Ultra Magnus. So, that's pretty cool. And the Masterpiece Optimus Primal is getting re-released to anybody who's interested. Okay, so now I'm I'm going to get into the possible listings, and I got a bunch of pictures for it. So let's get into that. Okay, I'm sorry, this can't be listed according to waves because I just can't film documents apparently, so this is all just going to be alphabetical. Sorry about that. So first up here I have a Commander class Motor Mount Master. We're supposed to be getting all the Stunticons, I think, so it's pretty cool. Don't know if I'll pick it up, but this is still pretty cool. We're also supposed to be getting a Core Class Skywarp, which will no doubt be a repaint of the Core Class Starscream. I won't be picking it up, not for me, but hopefully they'll do Thundercracker also. It'd just be wrong to do the first two and skip out on the third Seeker. Then we're getting a Core Class Hot Rod. I hear this, I'm like, that sounds kind of cool, but no. I already decided, as far as like G1 Core classes go, the only ones I'm willing to make an exception for are Soundwave and Wheeljack. No Wheeljack yet, but hopefully they'll do a Core Class version, and I might get Core Class Soundwave if I can even find them. We're also supposed to be getting an Iguanus. I mean, I love Beast Wars, but I don't have any attachments to him as a character, so not for me. Then we're supposed to be getting, it says Core Class Optimus Prime PR, and it might be Prime. I'm not completely sure, but it might be kind of cool. We're also supposed to be getting a Core Class G2 Megatron, which will most likely just be a repaint of the Kingdom Core Class Megatron. I won't be picking this up, again, not for me. The Core Class Shockwave, again, really cool to be getting him as a Core Class, but still not for me. And then a Core Class, another case, a Soundwave PR, which might be a Core Class Prime Soundwave, maybe, I don't know. Then there's also Skullgrin, I don't really have attached to as a character. Now we're getting a Deluxe Skids. Arguably, the most forgettable G1 character. Like, how many people even know who he is, aside from his very infamous movie version? It's got a cool design. It's nice that he's getting an update, but I don't know if I'll pick this up or not. We're also supposed to be getting a Drag Strip and a Prime RC. Now, I really like this version of the character. This is, like, arguably one of, if not my favorite character in the whole Transformers franchise. But I already have 3 versions of her. I have the Legion class version, I have the Revealers version, and I have the first edition. So this will have to like really blow me away to convince me to get a 4th version. We're also getting a Kickback. Kind of cool. May or may not get him. Knockout. I'm definitely excited to see how this turns out because I decided I'm not going to get the original Prime Knockout yet because I want to see how this turns out, and I hope he fits in size-wise with the original Prime figures. We're supposed to be getting an Alita 1. Now, this could be kind of a more G1, the Netflix Alita 1 with a more G1 color scheme. I don't know, I personally like the color scheme of the Netflix one. Tarantulas. Finally, Tarantulas. Why was he not in Kingdom? I still don't know, but I am just happy that we're finally getting my favorite Predacon. Tarantulas is awesome, and I'm looking forward to how this turns out. Also, Wild Rider, Point Blank, kind of cool. Similar to Counterpunch, maybe as a retool. I don't really know him as a character. Also, Crankcase. Not completely sure what this will be. There's Dead Ends. And Breakdown, we're not completely sure. It could be the Prime version, but I doubt it, given that we're supposedly getting all the other Stunticons, and we just recently got the Prime version re-released, and last I checked, that's still on Hasbro Pulse. It may not be. I haven't checked that site in a little while. Laser Optimus Prime. This is interesting. Apparently this is a toy from, was it the Cybertron line? I forget. I don't know. Might be interesting. Probably won't get it. And then there's supposed to be Galvatron. This one's labeled PR also. I'm thinking if it is Prime Galvatron, it could be based on his Megatron's Look and Predacons Rising. That'd be pretty cool, because we've never gotten a proper figure of that. Blitzwing. Finally, a hopefully proper G1 Blitzwing. Like, seriously, I wanted a Blitzwing in the War for Cybertron line. He's one of my favorite Decepticons from G1. I really like him. And Thrilling 31 maybe isn't terrible, but he definitely needs an update. I haven't picked up the Titans Return version, so I'm looking forward to seeing how this turns out. Getting a Dragon Beast Wars Megatron. We've already talked about this, but I'm still excited to see how he turns out. And there's supposed to be a Cybertron Metroplex. Now, it says Cybertron Metroplex. It could be based on a small Cybertron version, but that one was very G1. And we got a Metroplex that, just back in 2014, I think that was, very G1 inspired, so. Alright, next, we're also supposed to be getting a Voyager Blaster. So I see how this turns out because I really like Blaster. He's a cool character. That'll be interesting. Then Bulkhead. I don't know. There's like 3 possibilities, and I don't think any of them will result in me picking him up. It could be the Prime version, in which case I already have the first edition, which is an amazing figure, and I don't plan on upgrading. They just re-released first edition, that'd be fantastic. If it's the animated version, again, I'm pretty happy with the original animated version that I have. And of course, if it's Energon Bulkhead, I have no interest whatsoever. He's supposed to be a studio series. Sorry about that. Okay, so then we're supposed to be getting a Prime Voyager Soundwave. And again, I like the original Deluxe, but if they do make one that's bigger, that would be nice. I might pick this up. Again, it would have to really amaze me. We're getting a Giaxus, I think is how you pronounce it. I'm not really sure. An Armada Starscream. A lot of people are going to be excited about this, because I know a lot of people love Armada Starscream. It's not for me. But again, a lot of people will definitely go for this. Inferno. Again, finally, the Inferno that we all wanted in the Kingdom line. My second favorite Predacon, so it's kind of annoying that he wasn't in Kingdom, but better late than never. Alright, so that's it for the Legacy listings. Okay, so now we have the Studio Series listings, and this is the most excited I've ever been for Studio Series. Earlier this year, I was kind of out of Studio Series, aside from 86, because I was mad at them after the whole Rampage debacle, but with these listings, I'm pretty excited. I'm glad there's only a handful of figures in Legacy that I'm super interested in, because there's a lot of Studio Series figures I really want here. So first up, we're supposed to be getting a Core Class Ravage from the Bumblebee movie. I'm excited about this. I'm curious to see how it'll turn out. That'll be awesome. A Core movie Shockwave. So 2 Core Shockwaves next year. That's interesting. Not for me. Again, it'll be nice for some people. We're supposed to be getting a Daniel. And I'm curious to see not Daniel, Spike. I'm curious to see how this would turn out. They already included one with the first Buzzworthy Bumblebee. Of course, I didn't pick up that set. It looked like a crappy piece of garbage. I didn't pick it up, and I never will. So I'm curious to see how this would turn out. They were supposed to be getting a Wheelie. Sure, it'll be better than the one that came with Grimlock, but still. We're getting a Core Ratchet in the 86 line. This is an interesting one. But hey, if it's not a store exclusive, at least some people will finally have a chance to get Ratchet. So that's nice, since they're just so obsessed with making you an exclusive. We're supposed to be getting a Core Class Laserbeak. They already included one with the Dark of the Moon Soundwave, but I'm curious to see how an individual figure of them would turn out. And we're getting a Rumble. I'll probably stick with my Selects version. Sure, he's not phenomenal, but I'm happy enough with him. Now we're supposed to be getting more characters based on the beginning of the Bumblebee movie. And of course, that opening scene was just awesome. I still remember going to see that, and I was just freaking out. It was just so awesome. Okay, so we're getting another Ratchet. This will be pretty cool. I'm excited to see how he turns out. We're not sure what their alt modes are going to look like because we didn't see some of their alt modes in the movie. I'm hoping that, like what they did with the Studio Series 38 Optimus Prime, that they have, the Cybertronian alt robot modes that they had in the movie, but then they give them kind of Earth vehicle modes. That'd be cool, but who knows. Wheeljack, I'm definitely down for Wheeljack, and he has been confirmed to show up in Rise of Beasts, so I'm now thinking that movie's going to be awesome, because obviously Wheeljack is another one of my favorite characters. I love him. He's awesome. So, to see how this will turn out makes me very excited. We're supposed to get Brawn. Again, pretty excited to see how this turns out. And I just realized this was a video, I guess, that this picture was, but oh well. Again, I'm excited to see how this turns out. I thought he died in the Bumblebee movie, but, I found out later that, I guess he wasn't dead. I don't know. Either way, this should be pretty cool. I'm curious to see how this turns out. It doesn't really look like he would transform to much anything, but, I'm all for, seeing what they could do. An RC. Again, this will be pretty cool. I'm excited about this. And she will be showing up from Rise of Beasts, so that'll be cool. Ironhide. Ironhide is another one of my favorite characters. Him and Ratchet are probably going to have the same mold. I'd be very surprised if they didn't. And I'm pretty excited about that, because I really like Ironhide. Even if he hardly had, well, he didn't have any lines in the Bumblebee movie, but still. Then we're supposed to get an 86 RC, which is interesting, because, are they just going to repack the Earthrise one like they did for Kingdom? Like, the figure was so well received to begin with? It doesn't make a lot of sense. We're supposed to be getting a Sideways. I'm curious to see how this guy turns out, too. Because, he is a cool character, even if, we hardly saw him in Revenge of the Fallen. A Dark of the Moon Bumblebee. I haven't gotten any of the, I didn't get the 49 Camaro Bumblebee. I haven't picked up either of the, versions of them that have been released since then. I might pick this up. This sounds like it might be kind of cool. If they gave him a stealth color scheme, that'd be really awesome. Even if it wasn't from the movie, I'd love that. Supposed to be getting a Hot Rod from the last night. Don't really care about that version of Hot Rod, so not interested. And Crosshairs. I'm curious to see how this one turns out. Again, probably won't pick it up, but still. They're supposed to be getting a Sludge. They're keeping the Dinobots going, thankfully. Still wish we got Swoop next, but oh well. Hopefully it just means they're taking their time with them. But this should be pretty cool. They were supposed to be getting the Fallen. Surprised it took them this long to make the Fallen. Not that the Fallen was really that great of a character, but given that he was the antagonist of the second movie, it surprised me it took him this long, but hey, I'm curious to see how it turns out. And we're supposed to be getting a Voyager Soundwave based on the beginning of the Bumblebee movie. Again, I'm excited to see how this turns out, because Soundwave, my favorite Decepticon. This should be pretty interesting. And then a Hot Rod variant. This is certainly interesting. Not sure how that'll turn out. Probably won't pick it up. We're supposed to be getting a Thundercracker. Now this I'm excited for. I probably will pick this up, even though I haven't picked up Starscream. I haven't seen Thrust yet, but I haven't really been looking for Transformers in stores recently since I'm taking time off from collecting, but I'll be done with that soon. So Thrust might be in stores, but either way, this figure should share the same mold. Curious to see what that's like. And we're getting a Galvatron, another one that is kind of surprising how long it took them, but again, better late than never. Of course, now I have figures that I want to go back and get. I want to go back and get the Cybertronian version of Bumblebee. The first two or more I might go back and get. Bumblebee, Cliff Jumper. Again, I'm not particularly thrilled with Cliff Jumper, but I might go in and get it just since I'm planning on getting all these other Bumblebee movie Cybertronian figures. I might get Cliff Jumper. Optimus, I do want to go back and get that Optimus. I really wish I hadn't skipped out on him. And Starscream. I think I can still find him at like Books a Million, so that hopefully won't be too bad. Alright, so that is it. That's all that I wanted to cover for today. And there's supposed to be a Fan First Friday sometime in October, so I'm curious to see what they reveal there. Hopefully they'll reveal some of the figures I've talked about here. If these listings are even true. I mean, I do have to remember, and you have to remember that these listings aren't confirmed, but I think it's from a fairly credible source. So hopefully they're true. I really hope so, because these sound awesome. So that's me covering the reveals that I fell behind on a lot. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and God bless.